Hi, welcome to the Stina Show. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's doing well. Today's guest is an actor and U.S. Marine Corps veteran, Hiram A. He's really cool, and he's in a lot of projects. Welcome. Hi, how are you? Hi Ma. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Brian. Welcome. I'm just waiting for him to come on now. And then we'll get started. So nice here today in New York. I don't know about y'all, where you are. Yes, yay. As usual, you could ask questions or talk to us in the comments. Hey, Johnny. Thanks for joining. And it's one of our future guests there. He's an actor as well. And, Tucson, wow. How's it in Tucson? Probably getting really warm out there, right? It's hot. Stay hydrated, Johnny. Yeah, it is. It's beautiful, though. Thank you. So just waiting for Hiram to come on. I know he's been on set a lot. And he was in the Marine Corps, so if you have any questions, he was in the Marines, and now he's an actor. We'll find out when he transitioned. Oh, oh, thank you for the love, Johnny. Appreciate that. I hope you're having fun filming your film. How's that going? ¿Dónde está? All right, let me message him. Hold on, folks. Let me get this in order. Hiram, where are you? You start today? That's so cool. Did you have rehearsals for your film? What's your film, Johnny? Plug it. Plug it in. Jonathan Della Torre, that's who I'm speaking to. And why I try to get Hiram on the line. Hello. Oh, shoot. Oh, hi, Javier. Welcome. Here we go. Nice. Welcome. Gotcha. Hi.
Hi.
I dived into the interwebs. I was like, where is he?
How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you for joining. Look how professional with the nice gray background. A true actor. Are you filming today?
No, today is my off day. I got an early call time tomorrow, so.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What part of the world you filming in?
LA.
The fake world, I mean.
No, this it's still LA. I don't know how much I can say about what I'm doing. I can't say too much about what I'm doing.
You've done a lot of other things. There's no need.
Yeah.
I saw, people like to post their things. Someone's like, don't post your move ahead or something, and I was like, why not? I tell everybody everything.
I mean, if you can, I mean, if I can say details without getting in trouble, I would. But
you're thinking about the NDA in your head. You're like,
what I can say, because I mean, anyone who has IMDb or can Google it can see, it'll say what I'm filming. But I'm filming the Terminal List right now, so that's all I will say.
Okay. ...
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So
How are you?
you good. I mean, I'm in New York, so we're a little up and down with the weather out here, but it's
I
good.
won't I won't throw California weather in your face.
Don't you do don't you do it. I always want to come down there too. Like every other day I'm like, I want to go to Cali.
It's nice right now. I'll just say that.
It is, right? Well, I'll live through you for now.
Okay.
So I saw you first on the CSA panel, right? I think it was for veterans.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes,
That's
that's really
cool.
linked though.
Yeah, and you were very helpful. I had some questions after. How did you get involved with that? I mean, you've been in the industry a long time, right?
Yeah, I'm 39. I started in the industry when
Wow.
I was 17, and I was doing music videos and commercials back in the day. And then in 1999, I got my first experience of, working in television. I was on a show called Now and Again for CBS, and
Sounds familiar.
yeah, it was with Dennis Haysbert, and I forgot the name of the lead because this was 22 years ago. And
Wow.
basically, it was like a kind of like a reimagination of like the Bionic Man. I believe like the lead had died, and they had transferred his subconscious into a new body, and he was like this secret agent type stuff. But
Cool.
yeah, I that's when I got like my first taste of like professional film and television making, and I just fell in love with it. And I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do. So I went to film
Were you,
school.
were you in the union at that time or not yet?
No, 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 not at all. I didn't join the union till years later after I moved out to California after leaving the military or active duty in the military. But I I went to film school because the bug bit me from there, and I wanted to just immerse myself in all aspects of it, and especially the creative part. And while I was in film school, I was a New York City police officer as well. And
Wow. How
then
you were young. Wow.
then 9/11 happened on my watch in my
Wow.
backyard, and the moment I graduated, I went into the Marine Corps to go serve my country.
Wow.
And
So you already did a lot before you even joined the Marines. That's so crazy.
yeah, and then I left active duty in 2008, went to the reserves, moved out to California. At the time, LAPD used to travel around to different military bases, and they would recruit you. It was easy and top secret clearance, you're physically fit. So they gave me a job. They offered me a job right away. I moved to California, and I was a police officer. And then I went to acting school for 2 years and started working while I was a police officer. And then,
What school?
so I went to the Joanne Baron D.W. Brown Acting Studio in Santa Monica. It's a 2-year Meisner program.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Great foundation.
yes, yes, very, very much so. And after, I would say, while I was in my first year, I started booking gigs.
Wow.
And by 2015, I I was doing pretty well in my career that I didn't need a survival job anymore. Just acting alone was so I survived.
Blessing. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I left the police department, and from 2015 to now, I'm straight acting.
Wow, you've been flying too. I see.
Yeah.
I won't talk about how many credits yet, but there's a lot on that page. So you've been busy. You've been very busy.
Oh, by the grace of God, just
Yeah.
plugging ahead, plugging ahead.
You have good representation too, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I have a good team behind me.
They're always, but you have to knock it out with the auditions, right?
You do, you do. There's a reason why your representation gets 10% because you have to do the other 90%. You have to they'll get you the appointment to get into the room, but you got to walk through the door, and you got to make the fans, and you got to kill the audition and then show up on set and kill your job and make those connections, and then work begets work, and on and on and on. But it's up to you. You can have the best team in the world, they can open the door for you, but you got to deliver the rest. So
Oof. That's a life of any creative, right? It's like the struggle is going to be real, but you have to turn it into a strength, right?
I mean, that's just life in general too, like even in the military, if you had a higher up that, liked you and, gave you a new billet or a promotion or something, you still have to show up and do the job. They're sticking their neck out on the line for you. So
yes, sir. You got my
deliver.
Military brain going.
You gotta deliver.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. They're the same inside of us, but they're different. Like when you talk about military, my body literally changes its personality in a way. It's weird.
I can see that, but I guess the thing that helps military veterans in general, thrive in this industry is the fact that we have that structure, we have that discipline, we have that mission accomplishment mindset, especially like in the Marine Corps, we're always taught, especially as an officer, is mission accomplishment first, then troop welfare. That troop welfare also includes yourself, so it's like, get the job done, and then I'll worry about all the other stuff afterwards, but the goal is to get the job done, to accomplish the mission. So that's kind of my mindset. Yeah. All military, that's kind of my mindset. It's like, I made myself a promise. I made my family a promise, my team that supports me, my agents, my managers, everyone that is putting their faith in me, like, I have to get the job done. I'll worry about all the BS later. Get the job done.
You had one job.
Yeah, exactly.
And I won't make any jokes about crayons, but I'm thinking about them.
It's funny. All week on set, I've been teased about that. The project. Like I told you, it's a Navy SEAL based project. It's actually based on a book by Jack Carr, who's a former Navy SEAL, and I'm the only Marine that's working in front of the camera on this project. So like I catch crap from my SEAL brothers every now and then, and crayons always pop up.
They have to. They have to. I worked at a vaccination site recently. We worked with all the forces, the Air Force, right? The armies have their own acronyms. That's how we do it, right?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's always one team, one fight. But we got to give each other a hard time.
Yeah, and we're your taxi driver. You can say it. That's fine.
Exactly. Matter of fact, the director of one of the episodes that we were filming, she had said that. She said, "But you SEALs need the Marines, right?" And they all got quiet, and I was just like,
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. That's so cool. I know the military is the best.
It is.
And I tell people all the time, like in boot camp, we do cadence and we do stepping, which is dancing and singing. So we get paid to do it in the military too. People don't realize.
No, I do not take for granted 1 second of my military training experience. It made me the man I am today, and I'm greatly appreciative of that.
Yeah, I know you have a lot of accomplishments in the military, right? I remember you listed them off, and I was like,
I did okay.
So what are 2-3 things you can share with us
about my military service?
Yeah.
Okay. Captain in the Marine Corps. I was operations officer of Miles 14, which is the largest air squadron in the Marine Corps. I had 1,100 Marines under my command.
Oh, no. How are you here to tell the tale? With a smile.
And
God bless you.
I enjoyed every aspect of it. You know, that's honestly the one thing that I miss about my service are my Marines. You know, like forget the politics and the BS and all that other stuff. I truly miss being with my Marines. You know, it's my family.
The babies.
Yeah.
They are like, yeah, I'm just kidding. So, well, congratulations. That's a lot of people to oversee. And I'm sure you
Hoorah.
got,
Cam,
you know
Cam
that?
Duchess. Yeah,
Camp
she's
Duchess.
she's a retired lieutenant colonel in the Marine Corps.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello, ma'am. Welcome to the show. Hoorah. So we say
Hoorah.
hooyah. We say
I
hooyah.
know. I'll forgive y'all for that.
Thank you so much. No, no. So welcome back to the Marines. But you are from Brooklyn?
Born and raised Brooklyn, New York, East New York, Brooklyn,
Was it?
specifically. Yeah.
Wow. I'm sorry, but that stop on the Long Island Railroad for me, it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
New York, New York City is truly the greatest city in the world. I
It
mean,
is. It is. I agree 100.
I loved growing up in New York, back in the 80s and 90s. It's totally different from now, like the city was our playground, This was, back in the 80s and 90s, your parents, well, early 90s, your parents, there was no real curfew, It was like, go do what you gotta do, be back, by dinner time or be back by like whatever,
Yeah, the good
And
times. Yeah.
you'd go anywhere, man. We had like in East New York, there were a lot of like soda factories and warehouses and stuff like that. And I remember as a kid, just me and the rest of the neighborhood kids would get on our bikes and we would ride to like the soda factories. And then guys would be bringing crates of sodas, from the trucks, and they would just be handing it out to us. Or we'll stop by like the Hostess factory and they'll give us like free Twinkies and stuff like that. Like you didn't even have to pay for anything. You just, if you knew where to
Soda.
go, you could just ride around the entire city and just be fed the whole day and have the greatest experience ever,
Yeah.
Like I loved it. I loved
There's
it,
so
man.
much freedom in that, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Long Island. It's the same thing. We were able to ride our bikes and just come home when it got dark.
Yeah, no, nobody, I mean, yes, the world is dangerous and all that other stuff was happening, but
Right.
you weren't aware of it, it wasn't as prevalent as it is now, and I guess, maybe because like social media where everyone knows everything right away and whatnot, but we were like living in a bubble and we were oblivious to the dangers, and by the grace of God nothing,
Yeah, right.
happened, and
Right. Yeah, right.
and we
That
had a great time, and it shaped us into the adventurous people that grew up and then joined the military to go find more adventures in the
yeah,
world. So
I think what you're also saying is a lot of people don't let their kids really do that these days, right?
no, there's too many dangers, too many predators out there. It's like,
Right.
I don't know.
Or we're just more aware of it. I'm with you on that because that's
Yeah,
what it is. There was always a lot of people in the world.
yeah.
But I like to watch the crypto news, so I'm okay with it. So Brooklyn, and then when did you move? When did you leave your home base? Do you visit?
uh, I left. I left New York December of 2004 because I that's when I accepted my commission into the Marine Corps. It was December 2004. I visit not as often as I would like. Last time I was back home was last December, you know.
Oh
So
wow. Well, obviously for many reasons, but
yeah, COVID and work, and then being on the other side of the country, and it's a little more difficult. But man, when I was stationed in North Carolina, I would almost every other weekend drive home to Brooklyn. It's like a 10.5 hour drive.
oh my God. One
Oh yeah.
way.
No, round oh yeah, one way.
Yeah,
Actually, yeah, one
one
way.
way.
Yeah. But I don't know. You miss it, You miss hanging out in downtown Brooklyn. You miss getting some cheesecake from Junior's, or getting
Mm.
real pizza. That's the thing about New York. New York has the best food in the world, and it's probably because it's the melting pot of the world where you can find every race, every religion, every food, but
Right.
New York truly has the best food in the world. So like whenever I do go
Yeah.
back home, it's like I have to make a schedule, It's like, okay, I'll see family members and friends on these days, then I'll run to all my favorite food spots on these days,
Sounds awesome. I know there's so much to do out here. You could be here forever. I mean, you'll probably you still have family here though, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. The majority of my family still is in New York.
Oh,
So.
oh. Well, we'll hope to see you soon out here. So you were in the NYPD.
hmm
How long were you in that for?
4 years.
4 years. And was that a good experience for you? Did you have
Oh, I loved
fun?
it.
You were
I loved
young,
it.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing too is like when 9/11 happened, first of all, the silver lining, in that tragedy, the silver lining in it brought the city together. Like in all my years, I've never seen the city come together as one family. And then for you to be a cop during that time period, you were a king.
Right.
Everyone loved you,
Right.
and it was so different because when I came to California and I was LAPD, it was like everyone hated me.
Right. Right.
Before I even stepped out the car, people are like throwing stuff and spitting on me, and it's like, damn, I didn't even say anything to you yet.
Wow.
It was night and day, and I don't know crime stats over in New York now, but when I first came to LA, it was way more dangerous being a cop in LA than it was being a cop back in New York.
I
And
remember that.
it's crazy because like in New York at the time, I think we probably had about 34,000 cops. And then when I came to LA, 10,000 cops,
Right. Right.
4 million people. 400,000 of those
Oh
people are
my
documented
God.
gang members. I was like, what the hell? It's like a war zone, It was
Go
like
over there.
I saw way more action as a cop in LA than I ever did in the military or anywhere else. It was like,
Wow.
it's
Wild.
all good.
No, yeah, you're here. As I always say, you're here to tell the tale. So it
Yeah.
must have been good enough. Congratulations, but you must have seen some crazy stuff, which we don't need to talk about.
Yeah, but at the same time too, I had an awesome time though being a cop, and I left the department right as everything started going downhill with, the shootings and, you know, escalation of police brutality and all that other stuff. And so I was like, whew, things,
Dive.
I mean, it was bad before, but now it's like god awful.
Wow. Yeah, it's interesting how topics of conversation come throughout time,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, 9/11 comes every year, and then, things are cleaned up and then they're messy again. Anyway, that's a deeper topic. But
Hey, you know what? Now that you mentioned 9/11, let me just say this real quick and we can move
yeah,
on.
yeah. No, I just have no attention span, so I could bounce around the
No,
topics.
no, no, no. I've noticed though, that the schools over here are like year by year, they're mentioning it less and less and less as if they're like trying to erase that.
Wow.
I don't know. Like every year I've noticed as a parent, I notice like,
Right, you have children.
yeah, the history books and stuff like that, they're always changing and they're always like eliminating stuff from it, and sad to say a lot of it is a lot of our Black history, it's being
Which
taken
should be
out.
the opposite at this
It
point.
would,
It's so
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. But then I started to notice too, like I remember if it wasn't, no, well, it wasn't last year because we were all on lockdown with COVID, but it was the year before that, it was 9/11 and my kids' school weren't doing anything. And the year before that, the flag was hung at half mast and they told the kids about what was going on. And that year they didn't say anything. And I
Mm,
was like, that's crazy, the biggest, tragedy
yeah.
in US history, and little by little you're eliminating it from the curriculum. It's
I know in New
crazy.
York it's not going anywhere,
Oh,
but
well, it can't go nowhere, like, I mean,
so you might just have to come here for a little semester or two. But no, and very interesting because I mean, the biggest thing too happened since is COVID, actually,
COVID, yeah.
because that's why I worked for state active duty at the Naval Militia, and that's
Hmm.
what they said. In DMNA in Albany, they said this is the first emergency, true active emergency since 9/11, and you're not going to
Yeah.
teach it. That's pretty wild. Well,
I don't know.
anyways, let's go talk to those authors of those books. The New
I'm
York
with
and
you.
me.
I'm with
Uh,
you. Sorry.
no, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you.
So, film, TV.
Go.
I mean, you like it. We have to like it all. When you were younger, did you know
Mhm.
you wanted to be in film, TV, and did you know about military as well?
Well, yeah, you always knew about military. I mean, come on. I grew up on
As
G.I.
a
Joe
man,
and
I
whatnot.
guess as a guy. You're right. You're right. I never think about
So,
that. It's true.
yeah, I grew up on G.I. Joe. I grew up watching the A-Team. Hell, I grew up watching MASH with my mom late at night,
Oh,
So, like, I always knew about the military. And I, part of me always did want to go into the military, but that wasn't cemented until 9/11. And in regards to film and television, I didn't. It's funny because I never saw a career in film and television. It it wasn't until I was probably, I would say I was 10, and I went on a trip to Florida to go stay with my aunt for a few weeks, and she took me to Universal Studios in Orlando, and she had bought me this Oscar, and it says Best Actor on it. I still have it in a cabinet. Hopefully one day I can match it with the real one. But I had gotten that when I was 10 years old, and I think it was around that time that it's like, you know what, I could do acting. I could see it. And little by little, years later, it crept into my life and stayed.
and you remember any favorite movies when you were little?
Oh my gosh, I dislike when people not don't take this the wrong way. I dislike when people are like, "Oh, what's your favorite movie? This and your favorite television show." It's like I generally love so many things for me to say this is the ultimate
Oh no, what
thing.
like a favorite? Not no, I
Oh,
can't do
a
that either. I'm
favorite.
a Libra, okay?
All right, movies or television shows?
Or just well, when you were little, I was thinking like a memory of movies when you were younger. Current too, anything.
Oh
I love
man,
it all.
I loved back in New York on Sundays on Fox. They used to play like a lot of like the monster mashups, like the Godzillas and the King Kongs and Godzilla's son Godzuki, I believe was his name. Stuff like I used to watch that with my dad all the time. I loved all the action stuff, like Chuck growing up on Chuck Norris, growing up on Charles Bronson, all the Death Wish
Nice,
movies. Obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger with the Terminators and
nice.
stuff like that. I remember watching Predator in my kitchen on a Sunday evening. I was eating shake and bake barbecue chicken, and I had rice on a plate, and because I remember I was sitting there, and when the
Mm.
Bill Duke had gotten killed, and like his blood got splattered onto the camouflage of the Predator, I was like, as a little kid. Like I remember that vividly, just like I remember in was it Aliens 3 or 4 when Sigourney Weaver had to shave her head and she was stuck on that prison she was only female in the prison. And I remember one of one of the aliens had killed a guy, and at the same time he killed him, like skin went flying across the screen, and I was once again eating, and I was like, what the hell, I can't eat this anymore. So like, I've seen so many movies and television growing up, and
And impactful, like you felt something
oh,
from these
oh,
things, like
hell yeah.
on that level, which is also inspiring in itself.
My love for adventure and always wanting to see a different scene or go on something else. That it comes from watching television and movies, and it's the best part about being an actor. You show up to work every day, and it's a different thing. Even within the project, you're shooting a different scene. You're at a different location. It's like, God bless everyone who does a 9 to 5, but that's not for me, man. Like, I would just go stir crazy. I need an adventure every single day. Every day.
Yeah, but you worked hard to earn that adventure. It didn't just come to you.
No, you're right. I put in the work, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying
But you crave it. And once you're in, you're done.
Oh, it's a drug. It's a drug.
It is a drug.
It's a drug. When you're on set, when I'm on set working, I am high.
Right.
From the time I pull into parking, even that night, I'm like, oh man, what am I going to do tomorrow? Oh, my call time. Did I get my call seat yet? And it's just, I'm just high. And then when the project is wrapped and I'm home, don't get me wrong, like, my family is everything to me, but at times it's like, I kind of miss my drug. I wanna,
Well, it also
addiction.
supports your family, so it's not a bad addiction to have,
Yeah, true.
So you have how many children do you have?
6.
6 children. Get out of here.
4
You're
boys
so
and 2
young.
girls.
Wow. I guess you need to be young to have that energy, huh?
I mean,
congratulations.
Thank you. They are my world. They are my world.
And your wife looks like a sweetheart. I don't know if she's on here. Hello.
No. She's actually dealing with dinner or whatnot. So.
Well, for 6 kids, someone has to. What's for dinner? Shake and bake?
No.
No, she probably gives. I don't know. Do your kids eat
she
salads?
throws down. She throws down.
Really?
She's Afro-Latina. She's Dominican. So.
Uh-oh.
She throws down.
You don't even have to talk about it. I'm hungry. No.
She does her thing.
Oh, hey, girl. Tell her thank you for her services.
Will do.
So let me just show IMDb real quick, because that's a lot of credits. You know that you have a lot of credits, right?
I do all right.
That's your headshot, which is very nice. Any particular photographer?
Funny thing, that headshot right there was taken by my son. He is.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been doing his thing when it comes to photography, and so, like, as a dad, you try to foster whatever your kids are interested in so that they can flourish at it. So my last 2 headshot sessions have all been done by Seth Claudius Murray. He's like doing his thing.
That's so cute. Wow, he's talented. Talented young man. Look at all these credits. 61 credits. Wow. And that's just acting. That's so cool. And these are your big ones here, huh? Lethal Weapon. That's cool.
Yeah, Great War. That's on Amazon right now if you want to check that out. Yeah, I was in Lethal Weapon, Animal Kingdom, cool. Scout's Guide.
I know a lot of people love Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Wow. Keep it coming. June 20. What sign is that? June 22nd.
It's the first day of Cancer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cancer. I know they're good people. Kind people.
We are. We wear our emotions on our sleeves.
I was gonna say sensitive.
Yeah. I mean. I'm not too sensitive.
Vulnerable. It's good for acting. You know that.
It's funny. So when I started my acting training, right? So here I am, former NYPD, and then former Marine, and then LAPD, right? So in all 3 of those careers, there's no room for emotions, really.
No.
You can't let your emotions cloud your judgment or impact in any way. And so one of the first exercises you're taught in the Meisner technique is the repetition, right? So, and it's all about training the actor to be present in the moment and listen to what his scene partner is saying, right? So if I say to you, I like your shirt,
I
you're
like your shirt.
automatic. Yeah, you say I like my shirt, but you're like, oh, why did I do something wrong?
The
Like,
way
what's
you
wrong?
said it,
The
right?
way you
The
said it,
way you
right?
say it, yeah. But
But
I
no,
say it back with sass,
yeah. But when I did it, when I was going through the training, here I am, Marine and cop, and the whole time, no matter what anyone said, I like your
No.
shirt. I like your shirt. I like your shirt. I like your shirt. And it drove
True
my
cop. A
it
true
drove
cop.
my instructors crazy,
Oh.
and they made it their mission to break me, because up until that period, okay, I remember the last time I cried, and the last time I cried was 1999 when my son was born. My first child was
I
born.
got the chills. Get out of here.
I never cried after that. I've been, and I'm not the type of person that, when I get hella angry, I start crying or anything like that. No, when I'm mad, I'm mad. I'll blow up, but there's no tears whatsoever. You know, and I did not cry until my second year in training, and that was probably the beginning of 2010. And in your second year of Meisner training, there's a book called Spoon River Anthology, I believe.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the,
I remember that.
the Spoon River, based for those who don't know, Spoon River is a town, right? A make-believe town where all the inhabitants, all the people of the town died, okay? And they come back as ghosts, and they explain, why they died and everything else to the audience, right? So the character that I played was a man who, he made some bad business decisions and was just down on his luck, and he lost everything, and he lost his home, there's no money to feed his kids, and he had a wife and two kids. And instead of subjecting his family to poverty, he decided that he would just kill them all, and it would be a mercy,
Oh
and
my
they
God.
wouldn't have to do that, right? And so my instructors knew I had kids. And so my emotional prep, as a dad, having to kill your kids and all this other stuff. And as I am performing and I'm explaining to the audience as to why I decide to kill my family, the floodgates just opened. And it was just like, getting my words out, and it was like, no, you gotta listen to me, it wasn't a bad thing, blah blah blah. And
Right.
then from that day on, I could turn on like that. But they had to give me the most horrific thing for me to
Right.
imagine,
Oof.
going home and eliminating my family in order to break me. Years and years and years of mental and physical toughness built up to survive, and it was just gone.
So you're
Well, not
basically
gone.
saying,
I was, oh,
no,
yeah,
they helped you a lot. So
yeah,
you're basically saying you didn't cry for 10 years. Is that what you're telling me?
pretty much.
That's crazy.
It's pretty much.
I mean, that's what some guys do. I don't know why. Why?
I don't know. I mean, now that I'm older and I'm more, whether it's my career or, you go through, being in the military and being a police officer, you see a lot of crap, and there was a point in my life where me holding in all that, it was starting to affect my family and myself, and,
Mm.
I went and spoke to someone. I went and met. I used to
Good
see
for you.
therapy,
That's normal. Yeah.
Yeah, and I, after going through therapy, it made me a better person. Like my family noticed the difference and they appreciated it. And it was one of those things that I was hesitant at first to do. Like, I'm not going to therapy. I'm the
Yeah.
rough and tough Marine, and like, I don't need to speak to anyone. I'm good to go. But sometimes
Good
you
to
you
go.
got
We say that.
you got to put your pride behind you,
Yeah.
and why are you doing this? Because the people that you hold most dear to you, they're not appreciative of your behavior. So it's like, if you love them, change. and I did.
Congratulations. It's not
Thank you.
easy.
No,
I
it's
know
not.
I've been to a therapist before, and I remember every time I would go, I'd have it like Wednesdays or something. And you
Hmm.
have to prepare to be vulnerable because otherwise you don't heal. And I remember like the moment I sat down, I started crying every time because you're like, I'm going to be vulnerable. I want this person to hear me and us to heal together. And if you have a good therapist, you're golden. Like they will
Yeah,
help you get to where you need to go.
I had a great therapist, and I mean, unlike you, I was apprehensive at first. I was like, did I make a mistake? I don't need a stranger telling me, what's
Yeah.
what's best for me. But we worked it out, and
Well, you
I
found the
I can
right one.
honestly,
They're
yeah,
not all good, but you found a good one.
and I'm better off for it. So.
Congrats. No, you're very positive, and I appreciate their work. That's, I mean, I guess we could jump to the my main question of the show, which is, do you have a deep quote or enlightenment experience to share?
Deep quote. I have multiple quotes. I guess my favorite quote that I like to say is, short of death, there's nothing in life you can't come back from, nothing you can't fix. All that means is there's no reason why you should ever give up other than you being dead. You know, you the when I look back at my life and everything that I've been through, all the multiple trainings, and no disrespect to any other branch, but the Marine Corps is the hardest training. It's the longest training
Is it
out of, yeah, we're
12
3 months.
weeks? Oh,
Yeah. So,
no,
it's
not for me.
okay,
No, thanks.
but
Yeah.
my
No,
my
it is. I know it's tough for you guys.
when my personal experience is, I can go through hell and back, if I got someone with me, and it's nothing, it's like later on you'll laugh about it. Hey, we just did that, it's like I've never pushed myself to the limit like I did until I went to the military, and it's like I always tell people, as tough as the Marine Corps is, it's all a mental game, like physically, all branches of service, including the Marine Corps, will break you down and build you up to where you need to be for you to earn that Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. Okay. But it takes a certain level of mental toughness, and that mental toughness that I developed, in my military career has propelled me forward in life. My father-in-law, he's a retired sergeant major of the Marine Corps, right?
Wow.
He dropped me off to boot camp, right? And he gave me one piece of advice that I said to myself every single day from that day forward to present. Okay? And that piece of advice is this: they should get tired of dishing it out before you ever get tired of receiving it. And I told myself that every single day. They will get tired of dishing it out before I ever get tired of receiving it. No matter what my DIs put me through, no matter if I was paying the consequences for another Marine messing up, okay? When
Mm.
I left the military and police officer again, no matter what crap I dealt with in the streets or whatnot, they will get tired of dishing it out to me before I ever quit. Okay? There is nothing in life for me that's ever going to make me quit except for death. So I told myself that. I tell myself that every single day, and it made me the person I am today. It's something that I try to instill in my kids, both my sons and my daughters. It's all a mindset.
Right.
And in this career, I've learned that changing my mindset has always led to greater opportunities, bigger benefits, stuff like that. So as an actor, especially when you're first coming in and you are um, you're competing with other actors for roles, and you know, say an actor gets, and say you really wanted this job and another actor got it. You know, I'll be honest with you. At times I was like, man, I hate that dude. Like, why did he get it? Oh, I'm better than
Right.
him
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff
every
like that.
actor has that
Yeah,
thought. Yeah, of course.
but when I changed my mindset and I told myself, you know what, truly be happy for him, because at the end of the day, what God has for you, no one could take it away from you, because it's like God said, no, that's yours, you know? So if I didn't get something, it was
Right.
never mine, you
Right.
know? And when I changed my mindset, and I was so, not so happy, you know, I wasn't throwing a person a parade, but I was happy for them, you know?
Right.
It changed my work as an actor, you know?
Yeah.
It was like I was a different person, a different actor, for the better, you know? It's like, oh, you got that, man, I'm so happy for you, you know?
Yeah, I
And
think so. I'm learning that too. I'm not far behind you in age, but um, I'm just now learning. I mean, I know give is important. The give is the most important thing. But it's
yeah,
hard when you're a person. You need to take care of yourself and others, right?
yeah, we grew up in I mean, we live in a selfish society, you
Very
know?
much, yeah.
It's all about me, 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 me. How much I can get, how much I can do this, do that, you know? It's not, we're not, I mean, outside of your parents, when you step out into society, no one is saying, you know, no one's preaching the team mentality. Excuse
Right.
me. No one's saying, hey, work hard so you can help that person come up too with you. No, you learn that along the way,
You
because
have to learn that along the way, right?
yeah, because no man's an island, or woman. No man or
Right.
woman's an island, you know, like
No
some
non-binary. It doesn't.
oh, yeah. No, no,
See,
no, 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 no,
no
no person,
pronoun,
no
period.
pronoun period is an island. Is an island, you know. Someone along your journey is going to give you a helping hand. Someone along your journey is going to point you in the right direction. Okay?
Right.
So you got to pay it forward. You know, you got
And
to help people.
we're just each other's reflections, right? On a deeper level. It's like if I'm not helping you, I'm not helping myself, essentially. Anyway.
Essentially, you know, because I mean, when one person runs through a door, the door is open. It's not closed anymore. Unless that
Right.
selfish mofo closes it behind him. But essentially, someone opens the door, you know, you leave it open so everyone else can run through the door. You know what I mean? And so I'm at that point in my life, you know, where hey, I'm not worried about competition or anything like that. You know, it's what's for me is for me. You know, no man's gonna take that from me. And if I can help, because someone's helped me.
Well, in acting, especially, my coach is Amber Horn. I don't know if you know her. She's a casting
I do
director.
know Amber Horn. Yeah.
She's my coach. She's an angel. I don't know if she's here, but I love her. And she says always, every class, she says, I know when someone's not looking at the actor. She says, give them your full 100% undivided attention and you'll act. Basically, that's all you have to do.
I hate that. Let me say, I have, without saying names and without saying projects, I have been on set before, okay? And when it's the person shot, they're all invested, they're alive,
Oh,
they're present in the moment. And then when we switch the cameras around to get coverage on myself or another actor, they give them blah 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 blah
I
blah
want to hear it.
blah blah blah. It's like, dude, like, what are you doing? You know, like you have to help. I'm in the scene with you, okay?
But that's
Just
how
because
you
you
know
got your coverage.
that's how you know who the good ones are because I've worked on a ton of sets and you see the good ones stick around for coverage.
Oh,
You
all the
know.
time. Even when, like, so if I'm in a scene with someone and they already shot my coverage, you know, and now they replace where I was standing with the camera, I'm standing right behind the camera and I'm like this. Oh, and
Yeah.
I'm full into it, you know. It's like you gotta help people. You gotta
Like
help people.
unless you have an emergency or something, right? But otherwise, it's not nice. No. But they didn't have acting classes, which they should have.
Hey, I always tell people that's the one thing I tell people when they ask for advice. I tell them, hey, this is your craft. You want to be a professional, you have to get formal training in this.
I say it
I
too.
don't.
It's a craft. You said it.
It's
That's
a
what
it's a
it is. You
craft. Like
craft it.
I don't care what kind of training is because
Good.
honestly, as yes, my primary go-to, my basis, my foundation is Meisner. Okay, but I have taken other acting classes. I've taken comedy classes and whatnot. You want to have one of my acting brothers, Rob. He said Brown because we were in the same class.
Represent.
Represent. You want as an actor to have so many tools in your tool belt that you can pull from.
Right.
Just diversify yourself. I always tell people. I said all those people who, well, COVID kind of messed this up, but like pilot season, you would see an influx in LA because everyone is flying into LA trying to be discovered during, pilot season, the end of December into January. I'm like, oh, I'm going to move to LA for pilot season, stuff like that. And I always tell people, the people that just show up here thinking that they can act, that is the equivalent of you waking up one day and saying, you know what, I think I can be a surgeon. And then you march your ass down to the nearest emergency room and you just start cutting open someone. No, it doesn't work that way.
I find it offensive because I meet a lot of people and when they're like, oh, help me get into acting, I tell them the classes thing. But once they start like showing me the impression that they don't really want to learn these things, they just want to act, I get offended. I'm like, you don't understand my blood, sweat, and tears that went into this. And you think you could just walk up on the scene and do it, like that it bothers me so bad.
It bothers me too, and it changed the way I interacted with people. So if someone comes up to me and asks me, "Oh, hey, how do I get started? How do I do this?" I'll give them a simple task, as in like going to Backstage or going to Actors Access, create a profile and stuff like that. That is all I will give you. Right. And if you complete that, then we can move on. And I will tell you, 9 out of 10 people don't. Everyone is looking for that, oh, hook me up, put me in it, do this, do that. And it's like, mentality wise, do you honestly think you look at these people like, the Robert Downey Jr.'s and the Holly Berrys and Denzel Washington and all these people that people idolize and worship, who are making multi-million dollars,
Right.
per day on set,
Right. Why do they do it? Right.
Do you think without the training and experience behind them, a studio is going to pour money into them just because you look good? Come on.
I consider them movement geniuses because they're people, they're personality geniuses because they know how to move, they know how to focus, they know how to connect. These things are learned and maintained.
Trust me, there are people out there that are just born with it, right? It to say whatever it is that people are looking for, they are born with it.
Maybe
that
it's
being
Maybelline.
said, you still have to nurture that it. You still have to train it up, so you know how to use that it. It's not.
Well, anyway, let's not talk about those folks. But we have a question. We had one question here from Brian Binkley. I scrolled up.
What up, Brian?
We talked about break you down and build you up for the military. How do you think that relates to the media and entertainment also? And we have a few minutes, so we're going to wrap up in a few. But what do you think of this one?
Building you down and breaking you down and building you back up for the media and entertainment?
For I guess for acting industry instead of military.
I mean, it's with anything, you kind of have to pay your dues, part of, when.
Literally,
you literally have to pay your dues. Some people start off as background actors, and then they work their way up to co-star, and then guest star, and series regular, and on. I mean, there's no given path. That being said, the breaking you down and building you back up is you learning your craft, and you get better and better and better with each experience, each job. It's you're not going to. This is a career, okay? This is a career. It's not a job. It's not a job.
Right.
And the people
Right.
that know the difference between a job and a career are the ones that are successful. Okay?
That's it.
Your job, hey, I can give you a job, and then, yeah, you do it, you suck, you'll never work again. Your career is job after job after job, experience and getting better and better and better. In your career, it's a marathon. It's not a race. So you have to pay those dues, and you have to learn your craft, perfect your craft, be the best version of you, not anyone else. Don't try to copy anyone else. Be the best version of you, and you'll get the job. I know we're out of time. We're out of time, but I'll say this real quick.
Oh no, we have 5 minutes, but I have another question after this.
Marcy Phillips, who is the VP of casting for ABC Disney, she told me one time. She said, "Doing what's on the paper will get you on a list. Okay, it shows me that you can act. Doing what's not on the paper is what gets you the job. You know, casting and producers, they want to see what you bring to the character, not." Oh, okay, he can read a script and he knows to say his lines. You know, I want to see you.
Right, and that's Caroline's a casting director. She just joined. Good timing.
Caroline's my coach.
Oh,
yeah!
Look at that! I didn't
Love
even
you, Caroline.
know that. I didn't even know that. Is that crazy? And she was, oh my God, like 2 episodes ago. This is crazy. Wow. Welcome. Nice to see you. That's so crazy. Last question. I just want to know, you're writing something? What's going on with your writing? And then we'll wrap it up.
Okay, so I have a project that I'm writing right now. It's called Devil Pups. It's think about it this way. It's the Expendables meet Three Ninjas. I don't know if you ever watched that back in the day. But
I love that. Yeah.
It's loosely based on my life and my kids. You know, we went. I teach my kids all my military and law enforcement tactics. I teach my kids. And we were at a party one time, and somebody was making a joke, and I said, you know, my kids can take down this house if they wanted to. And they're like, yeah, right. And my kids stacked up and they cleared the house at the party. And so I was like, you know what? This will be a good movie. So I'm writing that right now.
Nice. Let us know when it comes out, and I'll promote it.
Most definitely.
That's so cool. Oh, thank you for joining. This is awesome.
Thank you for having me.
I hope to see you on set or in uniform, whatever comes first, you know?
Well, any more uniforms will always be on set, you know? Unless, God forbid, we go to World War III and then the government is like, Captain Murray, bring your butt back here. You
could be honored for something.
That's true.
You still got you still got good stuff, I'm sure, at home.
Yeah, I do. I got to get my uniform tailored, though. I put on probably like 30 pounds since I got out to Marika. But
PFA is coming up. Thank you, Hiram. You're so awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And much love to you and your family. And I'll see you soon. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh, what a coincidence. That's so cool. He's so fun. Hiram, thank you. Thank you, Margaret. I see you. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Rob and everyone else. Next week's guest, I think, is another big shot military person. Like, he runs like 1,000 vaccination sites. So tune in. And I heard we could all take our masks off today. I don't know. If so, congratulations. If you're vaccinated, you can take your mask off. That's what I heard. I'm not the CDC, but that's great news for all of us. I hope everyone's well and taking care of themselves. Meditate, run, breathe deep. Okay. Love, blessings. Thank you.